Good morning, New Бояна! Днес сме на Биорест Къп, първи ден, 29 октомври. Днес ще бъдат кулинарните курсове на известни шефове, различни, които ние ще проследим за вас и ще видим кое е най-интересното. Първо ще гледаме един много известен сладкар, след което ще преминем по-късно вечерта. Ще има господин Шатрух от ресторант Дисфрутар. Говориме за 50 Best Restaurants, да не кажем, че човека може би е в топ 5. И така, да заповядаме. Mr. Bordas,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's your first time in Bulgaria?
Yes, my first time in Bulgaria, and I hope that will be not the last one. I hope to come back soon.
Because we saw the big concept now running. How you started to think about more healthy desserts when you started with with normal pastry?
This was a personal necessity. I realized that was what I was eating in my personal life and my lifestyle was not connected to my job. I was just taking care of everything that I was eating every day in my life, but not what I was producing in pastry. And for this reason, I started little by little to connect everything that I was doing in my lifestyle to my job. But the problem was that pastry, they teach us recipes and process, but not how to manage or how to change recipes. And here I started just to try to understand ingredients, techniques, how to balance a recipe, and we created the concept method.
And how you go out from the pastry business to be like a teacher to other?
This comes little by little and alone. If you ask me 20 years ago that I will do this that I'm doing now, I was thinking not possible. But my reality is this one. And now what we do is mainly share everything that we develop in our project, because we are a super team of 10 people that we work every day for improve, and help the people understand what is the need in the market, and we try to just develop recipes and products that are aligned to the necessities in the market, and just teach them how to make it. And this is what we do in our team and our philosophy of life, and this came little by little. If just every year was a different step and different thing that happens to us that brings us until where we are now.
Actually, you're going to judge on the competition?
Yes, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow I will be here judging, and this will be really interesting for me because I discover a lot of things through the competitions. When you taste the products that other people prepare, you also learn a lot. And this is a huge opportunity for me in order to see how it works pastry in Bulgaria first, how is the level in general, and to discover maybe new flavors and new pairings.
Yeah, wonderful. What are you looking like in the perfect dessert to be?
In the perfect dessert, I try to, in my personal, you mean in my personal, just to try to have a balance experience, I mean between sweetness, bitterness, acidity inside, then find good creaminess in some of the textures that we have, different textures in order to have no crunchy, creamy, aerated textures, and then finally a balanced experience. That the final product, the final dessert needs to be a balance and needs to be experience for the people.
Okay, wonderful. So we can expect that the team that is going to win is going to be a team that use less sugars and is going to develop like to taste the real taste of the product.
But it depends, because it depends the culture of the judge. Here this is an important point that you mentioned. It's not the same. For example, for me, that I'm used to not consume too much sugar, that another judge that is used to consume much sugar, the perception will be different, and how we are going to judge the dessert will be different also, because a person that is used to consume a lot of sugar and they are going to give him products with high percentage of sugar, he will be happy, and the judge will put more push in the notes that will have this person. But for me, for example, maybe this will be too sweet, and this is something that it depends on the culture of the judge, and this is something interesting in that competition, is that we have different judges of different parts of the world, and different culture, and this enrich the medium, because at the end the most important point in a competition is the medium average of all the notes, not only the tasting, not only the sculpture, the chocolate sculpture, if not everything that you are doing, how you clean, how you work, how organized you are, how beautiful will be the chocolate showpiece, how will be the desserts and the tasting. That means that all needs to be in the right direction, because if you have a super chocolate showpiece, but then the tasting is very bad, doesn't work.
So first is the taste and then the sculpture itself.
For example.
Okay.
For example.
I think for me will be the same as well.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Nice to meet you. And thank you for your questions.
Chef Шатрух, very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm spelling right the name?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Edуард Шатрух, yeah.
Amazing. It's your first time here in Bulgaria?
Yeah, it's the first time in Bulgaria and in Sofia, but I'm very happy to be here, and I hope that during these days to discover more things about the gastronomy of Bulgaria.
It's very interesting. It's actually it's a very old country, one of the oldest in Europe.
Yeah.
But in culinary we are very close. Like the Balkans are mix of cultures, and for me especially, I think that food is very close. Maybe when you're close, like to Portugal, there are some similarities in the kitchens.
Of course, at all the countries when are together, at the end you have the influence, and at the end gastronomy is culture. And all the cultures in Europe are made by fusion, between cultures, and this is the way, That's why we always say that gastronomy is culture, is because it's like the humans,
Yeah. I have a question regarding the Michelin Guide, because Bulgaria is not on the map of the Michelin Guide. What Bulgarians should do that Bulgaria is on the map of the Michelin Guide?
I'm not an expert. You must ask to the Michelin directors, but no, what I think is that of course, first of all, Bulgaria, it's a great country with a great culture in food and in general. So when this is necessary to have a great cuisine, and at the end, you don't need to be creative or something like that. Is what I say after, in the presentation. So the most important thing is to make the things with your heart and the best that you can, and after you get the motion and you make the excellence, and you can make the excellence making a traditional thing or a very creative thing, but the thing is that it must be real,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that Bulgaria, if it's not this year, the next year or the other year, will have Michelin guide here.
Okay, because I think it's good for our tourism. And if it's something from the Ministry of Agriculture, for example, or tourism, they can pay some amount of money, because I think it's also some kind of payment for the
I don't know how it works, but what I know is that the gastronomy is important for tourism in all countries,
Oh, for
because
sure.
because today there is a lot of people that is interested in gastronomy, and it's that no people is interested to visit museums, to visit the cathedrals, to visit the things, but a rich gastronomy in a country is important to have these tourists that is interested in gastronomy.
Okay, and to have like a 3-star Michelin restaurant, what are the main things that you have to have?
No, in our
It's-
case,
Yeah.
what we do, so we make it's a lot of years that we are working in the kitchen, but the Suta, we make it 10 years ago. And the other thing that I can say is that we never think about Michelin or to be the best restaurant in the world, never. And the things arrive in a natural process, you know?
Okay.
You must make what you feel, not thinking about Michelin 50 best, no. You must make what you feel and try to do our best every day.
Okay.
And I think that today the real things are the great things, you know?
For sure. What are you going to look at the competition, like in a dish to have?
No, I think that the cuisine speaks
For itself.
itself. So, and I think that of course that the presentation is important, but the concept that you have in the dish and the taste and the way to cook the ingredients. It's this, and it's the respect that you have for the ingredients and what you want to transmit to your guests.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, this year I'm
You?
cooking.
Yeah, last year it was on TV.
Yeah, only. I
Only?
think it's much easier to be only on TV, like the cooking.
know. I
When
know.
when you have like a business in a restaurant, and because I'm not a big restaurant, we're a small restaurant, and it's my wife working and all the people that are working
Where do
in
you
my
have the restaurant?
here in Sofia.
In Sofia.
It's a burger place actually, but we're making everything from scratch. I'm trying to do a fine dining restaurant, but to put it in a burger. And to make like a Michelin star restaurant to be like, it's very difficult with the people that are working. I'm also giving like cooking courses because in general I'm a lawyer. And like 10 years ago, I stopped the advocacy and I start cooking. It's something that I wanted to do because I'm doing also bodybuilding, and I start a business with bodybuilding, the
You
food for body.
multitask.
Yeah,
You multitask.
and then I saw that cooking like simple things like broccoli, chicken, and these things are not very interesting. But I have like I have
I think that the good thing is this, that to make what you feel.
Yeah.
You know, and I always say so, because people say, no, it seems that you must to make complicated things, creative
Yeah.
things, and no.
No, not always.
I always say in Spain, if you love croquettes, make a restaurant of croquettes and you will be happy, because the most important thing,
Yeah.
I always think about, if you are a chef or people that is chef, and they must do what they don't feel, it must to be.
Never be the never be good.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
because-
Try to do the best croquettes in the world.
Yeah, of course.
No, do what you feel.
Yeah, but
Hostia,
try to do
it. No,
and
it's-
if you
it
love
just wanted-
hamburgers,
Oh,
so
I love
there is a
them.
lot of places, amazing places in Spain that are this.
Yes.
The best croquette, the best hamburger, the best paella. So and they work a lot and they
course.
are happy and it's this. Because
no,
if
it's
you
just,
must make what you don't feel, because
No.
if people say
No. It's a punish.
No, here I love very much to make like a fine dining restaurant, but the thing is that to make like to jump and to have like a kitchen that it's cost 1 million euro, it's a it's very difficult gap. And for people to come and to work for you, they want to be fancy, nice, you know. And when you're starting from scratch, like with 5 pesos in your pocket,
we start because we work a lot of years in Bulli. Well, and after when we start with a pizzeria.
yeah,
With a pizzeria. And we take the pizzeria, we clean, and we start to make, in cada case, and we make a restaurant that now is gastronomic, but we start making not casual, but no.
My brother
And
was
it's this
married there.
to cook, but
it's
making
kind of
what
same.
you feel, and it depends on the moment. You can make one thing or not.
I'm doing actually for the love of the...
Jan,
Hello.
Jean, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
It's your first time in Bulgaria, yeah?
First time, yes, Sofia.
Okay. You're working for Sosa?
Yep. As a pastry chef and chocolate, also a bit of savory things too for more than 5 years now.
Okay. You're from Spain or you're from France?
Both. My mother is Spanish and Catalan, and my father is French.
Super. What is the most important thing when you're thinking about products, and what is the main goal of Sosa for building new products, and what is Sosa like targeting when they're building like a new product? Is it that we need to have something without eggs, or like to make something that it's vegan, or what is the main purpose?
Finally, we create ingredients and we develop concept to help the chefs.
Okay.
So we doesn't have one specific target. Could be as the classical pastry chef in a small village who want to improve how to freeze pastry cream and improve his mise en place, or helps a restaurant like Disfrutar to create the newest technique and the fullest creativity. So finally, we have more than 1,000 different ingredients who are there to help you in different sectors. It could be for chocolate, for pastry, for being a chef, even for beverage, for bakery, etc., etc. So we doesn't have any specific target, and our creativity finally is the creativity from our customers. We want to help them to develop what they cannot make without us.
Okay, perfect. And you're more into pastry or more into general?
I studied chemistry, then go to pastry and chocolate, but I always been a food addict and passionate, so I'm a bit now of everything. After 5 years in Sosa, when you work in Sosa, you need to touch about everything.
So what you're going to say, Spanish pastry or French pastry?
French pastry with Spanish ingredients.
Chef Ровира, very nice to meet you. I'm spelling right the name. То може на български, извинявам се.
Може на български, да. Me encantaba conocerle, chef Oriol.
Igualmente, un placer.
И за мен е удоволствие.
Това му е втория път в България.
Es tu segunda vez en Bulgaria?
Sí.
Да, точно така.
Дали е пробвал някакви интересни неща последния път, като храна?
¿Has probado algunas cosas interesantes para comer en Bulgaria?
Sí, sí.
Da.
Sí. Mira, me quedo hoy mismo
Например, виж сега.
con la calabaza mixtalizada,
Виж,
precisamente.
днес научих, че всъщност имате тук тиква обработена с гасена вар, т.е. рачел, така че...
Es una de las cosas, utilizo mucha calabaza en casa, cogida en casa, y es una de las cosas que además estamos en principio de temporada y me llevo rápido para allí.
Оставам се с тази идея и си я вземам за вкъщи, защото в къщи гледаме много тикви, сега сме точно в началото на сезона, така че задължително ще пробвам тази техника и ще си я нося от България за Испания.
Абсолютно, имаме.
Практически, тоталменте.
Друго нещо, което искам да питам, тъй като България има голямо желание, т.е. съсловието готварството има голямо желание България да влезе на Мишелинската карта. Какво трябва да направи България, за да влезе и да има книжка за България?
El gremio quiere mucho, el gremio gastronómico, entrar en el mapa de Michelin. ¿Qué es lo que Bulgaria tiene que hacer como un esfuerzo conjunto para poder pisar en este mapa?
Mira, yo creo que por eso he repetido. Por eso he repetido.
За това и днес повтарям много пъти.
Porque creo que hay un potencial humano creciente.
Аз смятам, че има един човешки потенциал, който нараства все повече в България. Много е висок вече.
Y después también pienso y también creo que es un...
И също така вярвам
que
и
tenemos
мисля,
en este país la capacidad de crecimiento.
че в тази страна, в България, има огромна възможност за растеж.
Por supuesto, la comida aquí es importante, le dais mucha importancia y creo que
Разбира се,
no puede
храненето
faltar
при
mucho
вас
hasta que
е
Michelin
много
se ponga en
важно
el
като
mapa.
ритуал. и аз смятам, че няма да мине много време, докато стъпите на картата на Мишелин.
Дали мисля, че въпросът е по-скоро политически, т.е. че нашите политици, ние като държава, някои от министерствата, например Министерството на туризма, не прави необходимото,
más bien un
за
esfuerzo
да
político que
влезем?
falta, por ejemplo, el Ministerio de Turismo para estar allí?
Seguramente son todas las ramas, todas
сигурност това
que
са
que se puedan extender.
разклонения на усилието, които
Van a-
могат да
van
се
a
използват
ayudar.
и да се протегнат. Тоест, всяка протегната ръка би помогнала, така че в този смисъл да, и те биха помогнали, ако
Creo que el
направят
cliente
усилия.
potencial está.
Аз смятам, че потенциалните клиенти вече ги има.
Y creo que la capacidad y el potencial humano también
И че
existe.
капацитета и човешкия потенциал също са на лице.
Sobre todo en la gente joven.
Най-вече в младите хора.
Lo he visto, me he fijado y me ha gustado mucho. Por eso lo hemos repetido, ¿eh?
Видях го вече, забелязах го и това ме прави много щастлив, затова и днес повторих няколко пъти това мое вярване.
Супер.
Ступендо.
Поначало, какво ще гледа на състезанието, като в едно ястие, какво да има?
En un principio, en un plato, ¿qué es lo que valoras tú como parte del jury?
Yo creo que lo primero que yo valoro es la organoléptica. Soy cocinero.
Аз
Y la
съм на първо място
para mí es lo más
готвач.
importante.
Органолептичните качества на едно ястие са много важни.
Lo segundo es las materias primas utilizadas.
Второто нещо, това са изходните продукти, които
Creo,
са използвани.
creo que la alta gastronomía, la gastronomía merece y necesita materias primas, sea una patata o sea caviar, da igual, pero debe de ser de alta calidad.
Смятам, че високата гастрономия има нужда от качествени продукти, много високо качество. Няма значение дали е картоф или е хайвер. Качеството на продукта е изключително важно.
Y la tercera es el sentido común y el saber dónde se está, el origen, sentido común, origen y territorio.
И третото нещо е комбинацията от здрав разум, происход и територия. Тоест, има ли присъствие, има ли идея, която да олицетворява това, че си здраво стъпил на земята, свързан си с корениците и с територията?
Me gusta mucho cuando voy a comer, saber, cuando marcho, saber dónde he comido.
Когато си тръгна от някое място, където съм се хранил, искам да си тръгвам с усещането, че знам откъде съм се хранил.
Супер.
Estupendo.
Very nice.
Muchísimas
Placer.
gracias.
Thank you so much for all.
Удоволствието е мое.
Thank you so
Благодарим ви,
much for
че ни
See you on
поканихте.
Thursday. I'll be competing in the competition.
Te vemos el jueves, que voy a
Nos
estar
vemos el
allí.
jueves en la
Ще
competición.
се видим на състезанието.
Claro que sí, estaremos preparados.
Готови сме.
Да, и аз така мисля.
Gracias.
Thank you.